speaking of happiness, again, guess what? There's been a huge study on happiness, many studies on happiness. Everybody wants to be happy. There's especially a meta study by Columbia University that they looked at 400 different studies. And what's the one thing that makes people happiest all the time above everything else? Social connections. That's the number one cause of happiness, more than exercising and then this and the money and all that. Social connections. So check this out. The Jews are sitting on something that they naturally have going. We naturally have that feel good, warm, sticky, gossipy, in your nose, in your face, too much, but okay, we need it. We have that, and we're not like actually making that our number one export to the world. We're just not. It's always a joke. It's the butt of a joke. I just saw a CDC special. One of my clients, they work with charities. They help charitable organizations crowdfund, all that stuff. They did a special for the CDC led by what's the guy's who plays George Costanza? What's his name? Jason Alexander, right? So he's like, oh, we're Jews, and he's making fun of this whole we're coming together, and there were other people there, and it was like, oh, you guys are Jews. And like, no, I'm not a Jew. And like, I'm not a Jew, but we're here for for that. It was funny, but it's always like at the back of at the end of the joke. It's not in the forefront. It's not the number one thing. That's the question that we're throwing at you. Can we make it more important?
Or can you do it with all the college kids?
Yeah, exactly.
Tomorrow.
I think we can. And I think especially within our own community, I think what really binds us is everything from Hillels. It's the work that Hillel does. It's the work that the on-campus or local Chabad does, or the synagogue that brings over boxes and boxes of matzah so the few Jewish kids on campus are able to be kosher for Passover. It's making you try gefilte fish at least once. And then, actually I like it. So I don't know,
Good,
hot
good
take,
stuff.
but
It's potent stuff.
it is, but it's good. But I would say really that intra-community work, yes, I think that's a really interesting point on. We are good with working with other communities and then really focusing on each other. And I think I definitely come from a space where I grew up in a space where if you were Jewish, like you had a community that fully backed you. Didn't matter literally anything you could put on a list about yourself.
Exactly.
You were part of that community and you were fully supported in the different ways that you might need
to be in this situation like that.
Absolutely.